Welcome to Community Connection. I'm Tracy Christensen. It seems that today families are under attack from all fronts. We need to be constantly on our guard to ensure that the parent-child relationship remains intact and is strengthened. One organization in our state that is doing just that is Uplift Families. Today, we're honored to be joined by Utah's First Lady, Jeanette Herbert, who's here to tell us about the resources and programs that Uplift Families offers to the people of our state. Thanks so much, Mrs. Herbert.
Well, thank you for having me on, Tracy. This is a real privilege for me to be able to be here and spend some time with you.
Well, thank you.
We've known each other from years ago.
Yes, I know. It's fun. I'm really interested to know why and how you decided to start Uplift Families. I know this is your initiative.
Well, I have 6 children on my own. Before that, I had a child care center. I'd have a lot of parents that would come in with, concerns, and my child's doing this, and what can I do about it, and I realized at the time that most parents really want to be good parents, but, sometimes we just kind of try to learn as we go. And I thought, they don't really need to do that. There's so many resources out there and helps and things that they can do that, there's certain training that if a child receives when they're young, they have those skills so that when they get to be teenagers, they can make those safe, healthy choices as far as drugs and alcohol and different things, issues that they're dealing with. And I think parents just have to be so much more vigilant today because of all the different media, everything that is bombarding them, that parents really have to be on top of things.
Yes. And what are your major goals as far as Uplift Families?
Well, Uplift Families, it was my initiative. I started it from the ground up. And the goal is to get parents engaged and get them involved in learning and, making sure that whatever parenting method they're using is the most effective for their child. And, that they realize that they don't have to just start this, I always laugh at the fact that we get these appliances put in our home and they always have an instruction manual taped to the side, but these babies come home from the hospital with no manual. And so a lot of it is just parenting the way our parents parented. Sometimes that's good, sometimes maybe not as good. So it's just, I know that when I was a young parent, I looked for a lot of resources. I used to come right here to BYU Education Week, and sometimes some of the best classes I received and instruction was right there, and some of their parenting instruction that they had. And it really made a difference. It made it a lot easier. Parents realize that parenting is difficult enough, but you can make it easier if you have the right skills and the right knowledge of, what to do when. And I think it's important for parents to just get engaged and realize that there's helps out there for them. So with our program, we actually have a website, upliftfamilies.org. And on this website, we offer resources to parents. And it's categorized by your child. So if you've got a child, age 3, you think they're autistic, you think, whatever the problem is, we give you resources throughout the state, helps, programs, classes that they can find out about, that they can find that help that they need within the state.
That's so great to not have to reinvent the wheel every time, but you're relying on those different organizations and resources that are there. And I know you also provide help with bullying. Talk about some of the other childhood situations that you offer help to parents.
Well, there's so many problems that parents encounter today. Everything from self-esteem issues, bullying, suicide seems to be a big problem in our area that we are trying to get some help for that. And there's just so many different things, pornography, web problems that they have. The social media thing is a big issue. And so not just learning how to teach them values and everything, but it's also giving them helps on when you encounter some of these problems, what do you do? But our main thing is kind of on the preventative end. We really want to get parents engaged when the kids are young, that here's some things that you can do to give your children those skills they need. They really say the family is the cornerstone of society. This is where they're learning their values. This is where they're getting information that they need, where they feel security, where they feel loved. And they need to have that. They've got to have a base to where they can return to when they have those bullying problems at school. The parents can sit at home with them and they say, if this happens, this is how you handle it. And so they can help the child, like I said, gain those skills. I think it's just critically important that the kids these days have certain skills so that they can avoid some of those traps and hazards that they come upon when they get, into the teen years and even when they get into adulthood. We're raising not just kids for today, but the adults for tomorrow.
And that base, like you say, can make those older years a little easier for all of us, which is great.
That's right.
Remind us of your website.
It's upliftfamily.org, and on here also we have a yearly conference. It is going to be usually held in the fall, and you can get the information for that conference off the website for the dates and where it's being held and all that. But at that conference, we have everything. We have speakers that speak on those different issues that we're talking about: pornography, bullying, self-esteem, just relationship issues with kids and with the adults. Just different. Every year we have different subjects we try to highlight, and then we take those, record those, and actually put them on a YouTube channel that we have. We call them our Parenting Tips, which stands for Teaching Important Parenting Skills. So
great. Thank you so much for being here and telling us about it and for doing that important work and sharing your experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For more information regarding organizations featured here on Community Connection like Uplift Families, please log on to KBYU11.org. Thanks for being with us, and we hope to see you next time on Community Connection.